I'd like for you to picture yourself 40,000 feet in the air in a jet plane flying over Wyoming towards Oregon. You're sitting next to a window away from the wing so that you can actually see what's below. You notice a river. It catches your eye because it's curiously winding. It draws you in, wondering how such a river could be formed. The path of this river is so circuitous, you think that it could have been designed from the spray of a silly string spray can. 3 weeks ago, while I was traveling from Oklahoma City to Portland to visit our daughter and her husband, I experienced this exact scene. As I was watching the winding river and wondering about what circumstances came together to form its seemingly slow and unpredictable path, I began to imagine myself walking beside the river. As I did, I imagined the peaceful sound a river's running water makes. I imagined the quiet beauty of nature surrounding the bank. I was drawn in. I wanted to sit and think and be refreshed. I wondered how deep the waters flowed and how swift, and if the river's energy ever worked up to the excitement of rapids. Then my thinking took on a circuitous turn. I thought, if lives could be mapped out like rivers, this might be what my life would look like if people were to view it from 40,000 feet above. And here's why. I was born a middle child in a small town where my father was a preacher and my mother a teacher. From an early age, I wanted to be a teacher, and I graduated from college with an early childhood education degree. Just 3 weeks out of college, I was married to Ken Parker. We started our family very quickly and didn't stop until we had 3 amazing little humans to teach and love. I never used my teaching degree professionally, that is. I became a stay-at-home mom, finding outlets for my passions by volunteering at our church and at our children's school. Now, 34 years later, our children are grown and married, and we have 3 grandchildren. If you were to view my life from above, you might just see the meandering serpentine path of a seemingly slow-moving river. My life's purpose and path may not have been clearly defined. In fact, it too may appear to have been shot from a silly string can. But I invite you to find your way to the cool, soft banks where my river flows and sit down for a closer look. Here's what you'll find. My passions and interests center around health, no matter what form it comes in. Physical, mental, spiritual, relational. More specifically, I pour my energy into those around me feeling loved, heard, and nurtured. I pour it into discovering how to eat better and healthier. I love cooking and pour a lot of energy into creating art with my meals and combining health, beauty, community with my family, and learning with the food I serve. Have you ever heard of stacking your life? For me, that is replacing the concept of exercise as something you do 1 hour a day at the gym with stacking my life in such a way that movement, rather than exercise, is woven through everything I do. That may look like putting the dishes in my kitchen in inconvenient places so that I have to squat or stretch many times a day to get to them. It may look like working to balance on one leg while I put on my shoes and my socks, or walking to the post office or the library when I can rather than using the car. It also could look like sitting on the floor when doing my computer work or reading so that I have to get up and down many times a day, or turning vacations into destinations where hiking can be a big part of the experience. So those are my passions. My personality, as described by 3 well-known tests that I've taken over the years, are peacemaker, introvert, feeler, and empathy. When you combine my passions and my personality, you'll find that I work best in small groups, better yet, one-on-one. And I love to share what I'm learning and hear what you're learning. After my cross-country in-flight daydream, I learned my curiously winding river was called the Snake River, which is over 1,000 miles long and covers 4 states. It's also one of the largest tributaries in North America. Like the Snake River, my path may be unpredictable and at times seemingly slow. But if you took me up on my offer for a closer look on the banks of my meandering life, you may be wondering, as I did of the Snake River, how deep and swift the waters flow, and if they ever work up to the excitement of rapids. If you stick with me long enough, you'll find that like the Snake River, 1,000 miles long, the answer is